Hello, everyone. Today I am going to explain the beautiful and famous poem, I Taste a Liquor Never Brewed by Emily Dickinson. But before we start the line-by-line explanation, if you are new to my channel, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more poetry explanations. Emily Dickinson is one of the most famous American poets. She loved nature very much, and she often wrote poems about birds, flowers, butterflies, bees, and the sky. In this poem, she talks about the joy and excitement she feels from nature, and she compares it to being drunk, but not on alcohol. She is drunk on the fresh air, morning dew, flowers, and the beauty of the natural world. Let's start it line by line. I taste a liquor never brewed. This is the first line of the poem, and here the poet Emily Dickinson is saying that she is experiencing a kind of drink or liquor that does not exist in the real world. She does not mean actual alcohol. She is using a comparison to say that she feels a happiness or excitement so strong that it feels like she is drinking something powerful. The liquor is never brewed, meaning no human has made it. In simple words, she is saying, I feel a joy that is not made by humans. It is a natural happiness that comes from the world around me. And then says, from tankard scooped in pearl. As you know, a tankard is a large cup for drinking, but here she says it is made of pearl. Of course, no one drinks from a cup of pearls. She is describing the beauty of nature in a fancy way. She is imagining nature giving her a special drink in a shining, pearl-like cup. In simple words, she means, nature is serving me this special happiness in a beautiful, precious way. Not all the Frankfurt berries. Frankfurt berries means grapes from Frankfurt, which is a place famous for making very good wine. These grapes make strong alcohol. She mentions them to compare her joy with the best wines in the world. In simple English, she is saying, even the best grapes used for wine cannot give a drink like the one I feel from nature's beauty. Yields such an alcohol. The word yield means to produce. She continues to say that even the best wine cannot produce such strong pleasure. Her alcohol is not real alcohol. It is the joy she feels from nature. In simple words, it means nothing man-made can give the kind of happiness that she gets from nature. Inebriate of air, am I? It means that she feels as if she is inebriate, which means drunk, but she is not drunk on wine or alcohol. Instead, she says she is drunk on air. Of course, she does not mean that she literally drank the air like a beverage. She is using a comparison to show how happy and excited she feels when she is surrounded by nature. The fresh air makes her feel so joyful, so energized, and so full of life that it feels similar to how a drunk person might feel after drinking too much alcohol. And debauchee of dew. A debauchee is someone who enjoys too much drinking. She compares herself to such a person, but instead of drinking alcohol, she is enjoying the dewdrops found on plants in the morning. She does not literally drink dew, it is a symbol. It means nature makes her overly happy. In simple words, you can say that she enjoys the beauty of nature so much that it feels like she drinks too much of it. And then says, reeling through endless summer days. Emily Dickinson continues the idea of being drunk on nature. The word reeling means moving unsteadily, like a person who is dizzy or drunk. She uses this word to show how overwhelmed and full of joy she feels from nature. She does not mean she is literally drunk. Instead, she is describing the feeling of being so happy and excited that it is hard to stand still or stay in one place. The phrase, through endless summer days, shows that this feeling lasts a long time. Summer represents warmth, sunshine, and brightness. By saying endless, she suggests that her joy from nature feels infinite, like it never stops. From inns of molten blue. She imagines the sky as an inn. As you know, an inn is a place where travelers rest. Molten blue means the sky looks like melted blue paint. So she imagines herself going from the blue sky as if it is a place that offers her this drink. In simple words, you can say, the blue sky feels like a beautiful place that gives her this happiness to drink. And then says, when landlords turn the drunken bee. Here she uses humor. She calls flowers landlords because they own the nectar. Bees drink this nectar like a drunk person drinks alcohol. Sometimes, when the flower's nectar is finished, the bee is pushed out. So she says, when the flower, landlord, sends away the bee who has had too much nectar. Simply it means, when flowers stop giving nectar and bees have to leave.
Out of the foxglove's door. She is still talking about bees. Foxglove is a kind of flower that looks like a little bell or tube. Bees crawl inside the flower to drink nectar, which is their food. Dickinson imagines the flower as a tiny house or inn for the bees. The phrase, out of the foxglove's door, means the bee leaves the flower after it has drunk enough nectar. It is like leaving a small house through its door. She uses the word door to make the flower seem like a real home for the bee. This also connects to the earlier line about landlords turning the bee out, like the flower is a landlord and the bee has to leave after enjoying its drink.
When butterflies renounce their drams. In this line, Emily Dickinson is talking about butterflies. She compares butterflies drinking nectar to people taking small drinks of alcohol. The word drams means tiny amounts of alcoholic drinks. So, drams here represents the nectar that butterflies sip from flowers. The word renounce means to give up or refuse. Dickinson imagines a moment when even butterflies stop drinking nectar. They stop enjoying the sweetness of flowers. This is a playful way to show how everything in nature has limits, even for creatures like butterflies.
I shall but drink the more.
In this line, Emily Dickinson is showing her excitement and love for nature. She says that even if the bees are kicked out of flowers or butterflies stop drinking nectar, she will not stop enjoying nature. In fact, she will enjoy it even more. The word shall shows her determination. She is making a strong statement about herself. The phrase, drink the more, continues the poem's metaphor of drinking. Here, drink does not mean alcohol. It means absorbing or enjoying the beauty of nature. Till seraphs swing their snowy hats. In this line, Emily Dickinson uses her imagination to show how extreme her joy in nature is. Seraphs are angels. The phrase swing their snowy hats is a playful way to describe the angels' white, bright halos or head coverings. She imagines that her happiness and delight in nature are so great that even angels would notice her and be surprised. They might swing their hats in amazement, as if they are cheering or reacting to her joy. This is a humorous and exaggerated way to show how her joy is larger than life. And saints to windows run. In this line, Emily Dickinson continues her playful and imaginative description of how powerful her joy in nature is. Saints are holy people in heaven who are pure and wise. The phrase, to windows run, shows that they are curious and excited. They run to the windows to watch what is happening outside. She imagines that her happiness is so extraordinary that even these holy people in heaven cannot ignore it. They come rushing to see her, just like someone might run to the window if something amazing is happening outside. To see the little tippler. She continues her playful imagination. A tippler is someone who drinks alcohol, usually a little bit at a time. But here, she is calling herself a tippler, not because she drinks real alcohol, but because she is drunk on the happiness and beauty of nature. The word little makes it sound cute and small, showing that she is humble about herself. She imagines the angels and saints in heaven looking down to see her, as if she is a tiny, joyful drinker. The little tippler is a funny and charming way of showing that her delight in nature is strong, playful, and innocent at the same time. Leaning against the sun. She ends the poem with a powerful image. She imagines herself so full of joy and delight in nature that it is as if she is leaning against the sun itself. Of course, she does not mean this literally. Nobody can lean on the sun. She is using exaggeration to show just how immense her happiness is. The word leaning makes it feel like she is slightly drunk or unsteady, just like a person might lean against a wall for support after drinking. Here, she is drunk on nature, not alcohol. The sun represents ultimate brightness, energy, and warmth, so leaning on it shows that her happiness and excitement are as big and powerful as the sun. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, but please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.